Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Living Shadow Tarot. How bees ya? Happy Black History Month. It's the last day. It's the last day. Kind of sad, kind of excited. This has just been a lot. I don't know. If any of you guys who watch the channel are on this twin flame journey, this is too damn much. I don't even know why the hell I signed up for this shit. Okay, so today I'm going to do an ancestral read to find out what your generational curse might be. This is going to be for Aquarius, so if you are an Aquarius or for your Aquarius placement, this is going to be for you. I'm going to find out what a generational curse you may have is, which is apparently a lot because all these cards keep flying out. I'm doing this. And then I'm doing this by reading an old way of cards, by doing playing cards. So I do see 9 of Cups and 7 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, 9 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. It's like a lot of different messages. It's like the same thing, but they're telling me a lot of different ways to say it. Love versus money, basically, is how I'm getting it. It's like, what will you fight for? Aquarius is usually a detached energy. I usually don't even, I tend to find out that I personally never even know if Aquarius has actually feel anything. Because they try so hard, they're so detached and they try so hard to hide it. So, this is interesting. What else do we have here? For Aquarius, generational curses, messages from ancestors. Holy crap, okay. 5 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords. Okay, and a 10 of Wands here. So there's a truth here that's getting revealed. Okay, and it's about healing. There may just be a certain amount of certain thing you need to heal or a certain amount of healing to do. Or there's a truth that's coming in that's going to heal you. Okay, there's a truth that's coming in that's going to help, re-kickstart a healing process involving a burden or relieving you of a burden with this 10 of Wands here. With this five of Wands and this 8 of Pentacles, it's like you're fighting work. You may just not want to work at this moment, or work is just terrible right now. It's like it's going real, like it may be like dragging on. Okay, why is it dragging on? Oh yeah, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, because it's like you were. Yeah, because you realize you don't really want to be there, and you're trying your best to move on. That's just what it is. I was just saying how they're detached, and I was like, there was like no emotion in that. It's just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't want to be there no more. Bye. Is that like the Aquarius ghosting thing? I don't want to be there no more. Bye. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. That's what it is. Trying to get out the burden with the Ten of Wands. It's a lot of action, though. I will say that. A lot of wands. So Aquarius be taking action. I like that. You know, we love some action over here. Not just a thought, but some actual action. Someone actually doing something that they said they was going to do. Ooh, Four of Wands. Ooh. Some bliss. Okay, so you determined to be happy. Amen. Nine of Cups and King of Pentacles. Okay. You're determined to be happy. You're determined for wish fulfillment. You're determined to be stable. Stack your pennies. Stack your pentacles. I feel it. Six of Cups and Eight of Cups. See, now that coming out together is like, what? Clarify the Six and Eight of Cups, please. Because this in and out. Is that really what that is? So, with the Five of Swords here, someone keeps being manipulated to go in and out of something, right? Or someone is really conflicted about speaking about something. They keep going in and out. Seven of Wands, there's a betrayal. Oh, excuse me. Seven of Swords, there's a betrayal. Three of Wands, there's forward movement. And Six of Pentacles on the 3D to balance some things out. Okay. Did you just now, like... So somebody was betrayed here, right? They keep kind of going back and forth. It's like, how do I feel about this? I really got fucked over. It's like, yeah, you can get fucked over. Like, everybody can get fucked over now. Doesn't necessarily have, just, I don't know what people really think. And excuse my French. But people really seem to think that they get to a point and like, people think they get to a point and that, like, we're all humans, right? Regardless of how much you have in your account, regardless of what it is you do, what your talent is, we're all humans, right? Some people are good at this, some people are good at other things, you know? I told you I really usually cannot whistle. Yesterday was the first time I ever really, like, could do that. Like, they don't, you know, there's certain talents and abilities. Some people have some people don't. And it's an era of that Aquarius energy where you feel like you're above everybody else for something, or like there's like an energy of like this couldn't have happened to me, and it did. And it's like, yeah, it did. Didn't it probably happen to you simply because you thought it couldn't happen to you? That's generally how these things work. Two of Cups and Knight of Swords. So you want to have communication with somebody that you're thinking about. And I'm really getting that may be, let me see, is that the curse? Is that the thing? Five of Pentacles, yeah. Because you feel abandoned. And Ace of Wands. And you want passion. And you want something that actually emotionally fulfills you. 3 5s, 5 5 5, 2 6s, 2 8s. Oh, excuse me, 3 8s again, 8 8 8. 2 7s, 2 9. Oh, excuse me, 3 9s and a 10. So there's your angel number for spiritual lottery. I'm gonna pull another card here. I'm gonna pull a second tarot card. I'm just really getting the energy of, so Capricorn yesterday had a cycle where they kept kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it was really based off faith. Ooh, and power is at the bottom of here. And I'm getting this is maybe what yours is about, Aquarius. It's like you're not necessarily going back and forth, but you become so detached that you don't even, it's like, oh, this doesn't make me happy anymore, and whatever, and you're gone, but you don't ever allow yourself to actually be happy with anything because you're so busy trying to not be attached to anything that you don't even let anything like give you any sort of form of joy. It's like you don't let anything ever sink in long enough to actually even give the chance of making you happy. Let me pull a psychic tarot here for a second. I may get another deck out of there. I don't know. Use the last ones. I got Pisces left. That's it. How is this month going by so fast? I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to be real honest. As honest as I possibly can. As authentic as I possibly can. You fuck yourself over a lot. A lot. You may be the self-sabotage queen, which is not a good title, but whatever. I mean, if you want that title, that's your title. Ain't no one finna stop you. Have it. Spiritual union, number 2, that popped out. Base chakra, which is your root chakra, that popped out. So if you want to work on that, this is what I say. Start from the bottom up. So, yesterday, where's the little one I just had? Yesterday I was having this one going. This is my sensual sandalwood little candle, little shot. Last night I had this one going, my relieving rose candle. Okay. And then today I have this one going, my solar flare candle. Well, you can't see right here. Which is, so that was root, sacral, solar, and then I get the, like, you got to work your way up from the bottom up. Like, I got this message the other day too, and I didn't, but it's like, if you are a tree, think of yourself as being a tree, right? So, what do you take care of on the tree? Are you that person that tends to the leaves because you see them changing color? Or are you the person who tends to the roots? Because I have a feeling here, Aquarius, that you're that person that you tend to the leaf of the tree, right? You see the leaf changing color, and so you do all this extra whatever stuff to overcompensate or whatever, and you are focused on trying to the health of the leaf of the tree, but the leaf is going to come and go regardless of whatever it is that you do. So you need to focus on the root of the tree. Because while you're sitting over here, the problem with, and half the time the problem with the leaf on the tree is that there's not enough nutrients coming from the root to get to the leaf. So you're trying to butter up the leaf and rub up the leaf and do everything like this and take care of the leaf. Meanwhile, the real problem is just getting worse at the bottom. That's the root. The root of the problem is just getting worse and worse. So you have to go down to actually fix the roots, fix the foundation, in order to get to the point where the leaf comes up healthier, right? So it's one of those things where you may be attracting people, and you don't see, like, you're not attracting the people you want to attract. It's because you're tending to those people. Like, you're working on getting those people versus working on yourself, which is what I had to learn doing this, because Lord knows I want this channel to be bigger than what it is. But it's one of those where I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to just keep doing what I'm doing regardless, and when it's time for the people to come, they'll come, you know? So I'm really getting that with that root chakra. You may want to get some root chakra healing, and there's hope. That came in reverse. Number 17 here. 2, 1, and 17. I don't want to say hopeless, because it's not hopeless. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard to have hope in something when you don't see it, which is why I think you get detached. Like, you get detached because you see the potential, but then you don't see the potential being realized. So it's like, okay, well, I can't live off of potential alone. But when you don't want to look at potential, then you also feel hopeless because it's like, if you turn off the potential, if you detach from, like, I'm trying to think of an example. So, like, it would be one of those things where, when I used to sell insurance, but I was doing, like, I would do 4 or 5 houses a day, 4 or 5 appointments, right? And it would be where I was supposed to have more. I sure did not, because that's a lot of people in itself, 4 to 5. Okay, that was a lot for me. um, it's one of those where, like, you go to the first house, you don't sell anything. Go to the second house, no one's home. Go to the third house, no one's even eligible. You go to the fourth house, and again, no one buys from you. You get to the fifth house, and you're just like, man, this is a shitty day. Should I even go to the fifth house? And that fifth house might be the one that actually, like, gets you your sale for the day, you know? It's like you really have no idea what goes through another person's mind or what's going to happen. Like, we all don't. We read energy. We make educated guesses based off of our information, off the energy that we feel, right, when we do this. So it's one of those things where this could have the potential to do this and this and this and this and this if these choices are made, right? But if you don't make those choices, then that doesn't happen. It's not anybody's fault. It's, well, the person who didn't make the choice. But it's not like a oh my goodness, the world is coming to an end type thing though. And I'm also do, because right here it's like your curse is your detachment. Because you detach yourself to the point where you don't even feel anything. And I wouldn't even say like you don't even feel anything, but it's like you don't let the blessings come in because you're trying to be so detached from the pain that you can't catch the pleasure. You gotta go through the pain to catch the pleasure. You can't catch the pleasure without going through the pain. That's kind of the point. No pain, no gain. That's the whole point. And it just really feels like it's like I want to, but at the same time, it's a possibility of pain. So I'd rather not have the pain, but I do want the gain, but I don't want the pain. But that's not how that works that way. And then you get frustrated because it's not how that works that way. And it's like, okay, well, oh yeah, well, Aquarius is a fixed sign too. I just thought about that. So maybe that's one of those things where it's a fixed sign thing. So it just takes a minute to, like, you're gonna have to just you may be that person. I'm not trying to wish this on you, but some people are that person where they're committed to fucking up until they can't take it anymore. I'm not like I used to be like that. I really was. I used to really be like that, but I had to stop. And at a certain point, it was like, because at the end of the day, okay, so you're just hurting yourself more. I said this in my Intimate Shame podcast. And it's an energy of where you end up just hurting yourself more because now you won't even allow yourself to grow. You won't allow yourself to grow, to expand, to do anything like that. And then you wonder why you're in the same rut. And the big bright answer, look, this hope is bright, right? This hope is super, super bright. It's a bright card. So it's one of those where it's like, Jasper, what are you crying about? Come here. Sorry, I just hear a cat whining in the background. I'm like, what in the world is happening? He doesn't usually whine this much. Jasper! And now he stopped, so I don't know what's going on there. But like, that hope is bright. It's like you could be given all the brightest signs in the world and you refuse to follow them, and then you wonder why your life is the way it is. So, and I try not to be so harsh when I say things, but it's at a certain, like, I guess, getting to a point between this journey and everything where it's like I just have to just, you may just get cut with the words, because I don't know how else to put it. Like, if you want to be stuck in the same spot, then you're going to be stuck in the same spot. But don't be asking to move up, and if you're not prepared to actually put in the work to move up, because that's what actually happens. You ask to move up, you get a test, you have to pass the test. If you fail the test, then don't be surprised when everything else gets left behind. For Aquarius, help them with their generational curse of their attachment. Like all the fixed signs, it's like it's a new way of doing something in your life. This is being the last fixed sign. It was like all of these had a reading where there's something different you have to do with your life, right? You have to approach a situation completely differently if you want a completely different result. And there's no ifs, ands, buts, maybes about that. You just have to. If you want a different result, you have to approach it a different way. That's just all it is. And I keep staring at this hope card because I keep looking at it like, wow, like, it's like you got to build your hope up, right? You got to build your hope to build your faith. To be fair. The number 38. Yeah, to be fair, because you're not even being fair right now. You're one, like, okay. And this is yang energy, masculine energy. So it's like you're not being fair right now. You want something, but you're not willing to do anything to get it. And then get mad when it doesn't come. See how that works? Okay, so I want a donut. I'm just sitting here. Am I doing anything to get the donut? No. Am I going to get mad when the donut approaches me? I won't. Apparently you do. You get mad when the donut doesn't come to you when you don't do anything to go get the donut. Not a damn thing. Like, I'm being like, you know, and we got 1-1 here. Okay? That magician energy, whatever, ain't nothing happening here. Apparently. What is this? Milk and honey. And a higher power, in higher power, yeah. So the land of milk and honey is ruled by a higher power, which means in order to get to the land of milk and honey, this is the bliss, this is the happiness, this is the love, this is everything, you know, this is paradise in a sense. The land of milk and honey. If you want to get to paradise, if you want heaven on earth, you actually have to go to heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is not going to appear in your life, and like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to create it. It's not just gonna fall out of the sky. And the Aquarius I'm talking to is kind of like, I feel like they kind of expect it to fall out of the sky, and you may not be used to working for something. Just straight up, you may not be used to working for something. Higher power, number 4 for foundation. You may not be used to working for something, but you're gonna have to. Because right here, it came out in the beginning. You're fighting it. You're fighting working for something. With the 7 of Wands and this 9 of Pentacles. You're fighting working for something, right? This 9 of Cups. It's like you want this thing handed to you. You want this cup just handed to you without you doing a damn thing. And that's just not the way this works. And I'm not even, it doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be like, it's like, but this cup to me it's not really, this is emotional fulfillment. Like, you want emotional fulfillment, but you don't do anything to get it. In fact, it seems like you're fighting it, but then you want it, but then you fight it, but then you want it, but then you fight it. Well, I don't want to get too attached to it, so I have to leave it alone. But I want it, so I have to at least try to be attached to it. But if I get attached to it, then I'm like attached to it. I don't want to be attached. Like, it's like that type of thing. It's like a whole. It's a separate teeter-totter than the Capricorn one. Because the Capricorn one was all about, like, having faith in it. This Aquarius one is more about, like, having the drive to go get it. Like, because Capricorn is like, it was like having faith that it will happen. Or having faith that you can be seen through the darkness. And this one is more like you've seen the light. You just like, okay, well, I see you there, but I'm gonna stay here and suffer. And whenever yeah, this is just a very bratty energy. It's just bratty. And I don't know any other way to spray it. Like it's just really, really bratty. Like, well, yeah, you have what I want, but I'm not gonna come to you to come get it. Okay. Why aren't you giving it to me? Because you didn't come get it. And then the other person just gets like mad and like throws a tantrum like a little 2-year-old. Like I really feel like I'm dealing with a 2-year-old. Am I reading for toddlers now? Oh good. Maybe I need to rethink this channel. I'm reading for toddlers. Oh. Let's get a dark mirror card. This you may not be able to take this dark mirror card if you're not an adult. I don't like you can't say you want something and then do everything in your power to sabotage the very thing that you want and expect it to be there. Like who does that? That's like a thing. Like who the fuck does that? Like who says I want you and then does everything in their power to make you go away to see if you'll stay, and then gets mad when the person goes away, like you sent them away. You can only blame yourself for anything that you're doing at this point, and that's why we're gonna get this dark mirror. Get this dark mirror for Aquarius. Just the energy I'm feeling right now. Obsession. Love me or hate me. Ha! Lady Sovereign! I missed that song. Love me or hate me, still an obsession. Love me or hate me, that is the question. If you love me, then thank you. If you hate me, then fuck you. I missed that song. Oh my god. I haven't heard that in a really long time. Yeah. And with this, in this dark mirror card, you're so obsessed with how you look that you don't realize you're tarnishing your own name. That's the detachment of the Aquarius. That's their life. It's that you're trying so hard to not look, or you're trying so hard to be strong, you don't realize you look weak as fuck. And revenge. Yeah. You're so busy trying to get revenge on something that you won't even let the happiness come. It's that evil queen thing. Have you ever seen Once Upon a Time? It's like the best show. I love that show. But it was if you haven't seen that show, it's a show where there's a lot of different fairy tale characters. A lot of them are villains. A lot of them, they give villains backstories and tell them where they come from, and they like are trying to like solve them. The evil queen Regina is the best one because it's such a she's trying her best to be a better person. It takes a couple seasons, but she's trying her best to be the better person and not just to seek revenge. And when she stopped trying to seek revenge for her pain and just let it go and just try her best to just be happy and move forward, she actually got what she was hoping for in a lot of different ways. I mean, of course it came with obstacles, but you know what I'm saying, like there's joy in her life that she would have never experienced because she was trying to hold on to revenge for so long. And it's one of those things, yes, I did say that. You try so hard to perpetuate this image that in reality we all see a different image. If you're that person that's like, now you're not getting a lot of people coming around you. Now you feel like you are, you feel like you're repelling more people than you're attracting. It's you. You cannot blame anybody or anything else. Nobody who's reading these cards is doing anything to you. This is your energy. We are reading your energy. This is the way your energy is. This is you control your own energy. You do this. And that if you don't want to take responsibility, that's fine. But also, don't be mad when you're in the same spot if you don't want to take responsibility for being in that spot or putting yourself in that spot. Lord knows I take responsibility for myself yesterday in that Capricorn reading, and I didn't even want to. I sure didn't. Okay, but I know that was me, and that was me, and my personal placements really hit that one. I need to upgrade my faith. That was the cold, honest truth. Okay? Because right here, I'm getting that even with this mirror card, this girl, that little thing in her hand is like a whole nother mirror, right? It's obsessed with what you think, what other people think of you, or how you see it. It's like how other people see you, and you may only see yourself through other people. Ooh. If you don't see yourself through your own eyes and you expect to see yourself through other people, you're going to constantly be disappointed because you don't even know what you're putting out. You're too busy trying to figure out what it is that you're getting back. Right? If you're not focused on what you're putting out, and putting out something like, even like every time I do one of these readings, I have to make sure I try to put out the best version. There's some of them that don't get uploaded. Some of them I do have technical issues. Some of them I just don't upload because I don't feel like I'm put out a good message. I feel like I put out something that was, you know, not didn't come out right. So sometimes I don't put out the message, you know. And I'll see people like talk about something similar to what I talked about, but they said it better. And I'm like, okay, so then yeah, they said it way better than what I could have said it. So I'm glad that at least got out there. But it's one of those things where that has also stopped me and slowed me down too. But I admit that. So this is one of those things for you that I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, it's kind of a pride thing, but it's more so of a responsibility thing. Like, we're getting older, you know. I mean, unless I'm reading for a 2-year-old, but yeah, atonement. Number 31, atonement. And that talks about self-sabotage as well, putting the knives in your own back, and then, yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. So the self-sabotage is strong, Aquarius. And it all becomes from the fact that you want to be so detached that you won't allow yourself to feel the love and the joy and the appreciation of the people who are actually trying to show you the love and joy and appreciation. You want to stick to the same rivers and lakes that you're used to that don't get you nowhere. So I hope, wish, and pray that that's not the case, but that seems like that is your curse, is being open-minded. And opening your mind of what open-minded means. Because you're the type of person, I'm already getting it. And if you have resonated with this reading so far, don't tell me at this point that you are open-minded and you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is calling for you to be even more open-minded than what you were. You're not open-minded enough. We all can think outside of the box. And then we think outside of an even further box than that. And that, and that, and that. We can always expand our thinking. I need to light this candle more often. This solar flare candle is my confidence candle. I need to light this candle more often because I'm so dragging your ass. No offense. I don't mean to be offense, but I'm trying to give it to you straight, no chaser. Like, honey, you are really in this you're the person, it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet. Like, you'll take the poison and then, well, it's not really Romeo and Juliet, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like you'll take the poison and then blame someone else for taking the poison. Like, why'd you let me do that? Like, no one told you to do that. You did that to yourself. And that's the tea of it, though. I'm just sitting here. So, really, I'm just sitting here. If you don't like the news, if you don't like your life, you better change it. I'm trying to tell you exactly what to do, exactly what I can tell you to change, exactly what area of your life to look at and examine. If you do not want to do that, that is on you. But I'm really getting, because this fixed sign energy is such a-hole, because y'all really want to act like that. And I'm a Scorpio. I can tell you what that is. That's why I'm like, I've had to switch mine over to being an energy of being fixed on improvement and fixed on improving myself. Because and really like it's just like a humbling. You got to like humble yourself to really be fixed on improving yourself. Because if you're not trying to improve, you're just being stagnant. If you're being stagnant, you're not going to catch new blessings. If you're not going to catch new blessings, then you're going to be stuck in the same spot and feel and be irritated with yourself because you're not trying to do something different than what it is you did before. And sometimes you may not be able to feel up to doing certain things. That's fine. Like, I don't feel like I'm up to dancing on camera yet, but I'll dance by myself. I have dance class. I did dance class. I just, whatever. I don't feel comfortable dancing on camera yet. I'll do this on camera. I don't feel comfortable dancing on camera yet. But I'm taking levels and steps, 5:15 on the clock. So, I mean, it takes time, but it's one of those things where I have to say it harsh, mean, rude, I guess, especially for a fixed sign for them to even hear anything that I say. Because, yeah. So, I do wish you the best. And, y'all have a good day. Have a good month. March is coming up tomorrow. I'm excited. I got new products. Check out the shadow site. Link in the description below. Bye, y'all.